forgot to do that. Yes, Cubotica.
Hello, good evening, good morning. Russell, you there?
Hello everyone.
Hey everyone, yep, we're here.
Hey, Devi, let's get started.
We are so excited to introduce our agent, Taskmaster. So we are a 3-member team from Cubotica. So myself, Devi, we have Chitu and Res in the call. So Chitu will proceed further.
Thanks, Devi. Hello, everybody. Thanks for this opportunity. So we all experience the challenge of managing multiple meetings daily, often leaving with long list of action items to follow up on. But what if those action items could be handled before the meeting ends? Sounds like a dream, but we're going to show you the demo. So that's exactly what we are excited to introduce today is the Taskmaster. Taskmaster is an intelligent agent powered by UiPath platform and OpenAIs with skills and tools to execute actions in SAP, ServiceNow, Outlook, etc. Taskmaster actively listens, understands, interprets your conversation to seamlessly execute tasks as they are requested by the meeting attendees in real time. Say goodbye to post-meeting chaos and hello to effortless productivity, and you will see that in a demo. And these are the list of technologies that we have used. We have used a lot of UiPath as well as open technologies in the market. So Russ, over to you.
Great, thanks Chito. So here are the main components of Taskmaster. So of course you have autopilot for everyone, which just acts as a trigger for Taskmaster to be called. And from then on, it's standalone. And there will be a Taskmaster WebSocket server, which will interact with the real-time API from OpenAI, which is a low latency interaction with the large language models and agents within OpenAI. And this is not tied to any meeting platforms. It's agnostic. You can call it whether you're in Teams, whether in Google Meet, Cisco, Zoom, or anything, right? So the demo that we're going to do now, you can see that once a task is identified as we go through the call, it will try to confirm the tool execution from any of the conversation participants. And it will initiate the tool upon confirmation and then execute it and then respond back, right? So the demo that we're going to cover today is related to HR stand-up, HR initiatives. But as Shitu mentioned, it can be applied across work streams such as sales operations, case management, or incident bridge if you're in an incident bridge, or month-end closing. So it has all these different tools to access ServiceNow, SAP, Salesforce, etc. So let us go ahead with the automation. I'll share my screen real quick. And I want to make sure I share my sound. Okay, great. So quick role play. Hey Chitu from SAP team and David from HR team. Taskmaster, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How can I assist you today?
Great. So yes, we can start. Debbie, shall we start with the agenda first?
We have a couple of items in our interview to the shortlisted candidates. And we also need to send welcome kit to a candidate who accepted the offer. Let's start with the first item. So we have shortlisted 10 candidates for 3 open positions with UiPath Solution Architect. So we need to schedule the interview appointments with the hiring managers based on their job location, which is provided in the SharePoint file. Can you help with that?
Okay, so the candidate is the CSV file in here, right?
Yes, that's one.
Yes, the candidates list is in the SharePoint file named candidates.csv. What would you like me to do with it? Would you like to schedule interviews with the candidate?
Yes, please go ahead.
Please go ahead. Oh, sorry,
And
Debbie. Go ahead.
I remember John issued his resignation. So can I please initiate the offboarding process in SAP as well?
Okay, I think she's onto it. Oh, did he, John, I remember him from one of the projects. Uh, so is he from the SAP migration one, the John D or something?
The offboarding process in SAP has been initiated. Is there anything else I can help you with? Interview appointments have been successfully scheduled with the respective hiring managers and candidates. The hiring managers should see the invites in their calendars shortly. If you need anything else, let me know.
Okay, perfect. I see the interviews here. Thank you so much, Taskmaster.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I could help. If you need anything else, just let me know.
Yeah, by the way, Jean, one of our top candidate for TPM, accepted the offer.
Oh, that's awesome. So we can get started with our SAP migration project with UiPath soon.
Yeah, I forwarded you all an email with the candidate information. If you're okay, let's move forward with their onboarding process.
Congratulations on the new hire. I can initiate the onboarding process for Jean Parmesan. Could you please confirm the email subject for the new hire details?
Yeah, the email should contain job ID 72728.
Okay, I think she's on it again. So nice. At least we have one of our top candidates joining us, and we can get on with this migration project, no?
Yeah.
Just wait seconds. So it's still trying to interact with this HR systems, onboarding, IT, procurement, and all this stuff. Okay, I think it's now creating the service now request.
Onboarding process for Jean Parmesan has been initiated. Anything else I can assist you with?
Nice. Let me check that real quick.
If you need further assistance, just
Can we also initiate the welcome email, orientation, and the gift selection?
Can we wrap up in a minute?
Sure. Yeah, we can. So this is the last part. So it looks like the request is already created and
the welcoming onboarding details, compliance training, and the gift selection link has been sent. An orientation meeting has also been scheduled.
That's great. Thank you so much. This is very productive. Thanks for so much for your help.
Yep, thank you. So no action items out of the meeting. That's great.
If you need anything else in the future, don't hesitate to reach out. Have a great day.
Great. So, yep. So that's our demo. Thank you so much for giving questions.
It's a good question in the chat, actually. With all that interaction with GPUs constantly going during a meeting, how expensive does that make the meeting, you think? Or how do you think about that?
Right. So we're using the preview of real-time API from OpenAI. So it's actually a WebSocket connection with this. And you're right. To your question, in terms of interacting with that API, so input audio and output, in streaming input audio and getting the output response would be cost prohibitive. But they are putting some caching mechanisms so that it's once your input are cached, so it will be more or 50% or 20% less. Right now, it's like for a 5 to 7 minute call, your consumption will be around $2 to $3.
Yeah.
Of a month token.
Look, it's an incredibly fun concept, right? Because making a meeting much more actionable. Obviously you can kind of see it being kind of funny where you're like talking in the meeting about, well, maybe we should fire that person, and all of a sudden that person's fired. but the concept and the use of the technologies is great. Thank you all.
Yeah, I
I
like
really like this one. I think what would be for me, I would probably use the transcript and have the processing done after the transcript. So in the meeting, you can
Yeah.
actually say to your bot, "Hey bot, this is what we'd like you to do." Then afterwards, it can process things offline to
Yeah.
also give you a bit of a safeguard to address exactly what Bobby just said in case there was some accidental misunderstandings.
Yeah, the last thing
Yeah.
you want that this taskmaster certainly kind of goes rogue,
Yeah.
and you could see that because of the latency, it was kind of doing it. So I agree. It should rather be creating the actions, maybe action items, and then they get approved by the people or so forth. So that's you always have the kind of control over it in a little bit more. I love the idea. The question, since you're going through OpenAI, you could have also built just the interface in OpenAI and then trigger UiPath doing all this. That's also that gives you a bit more probably a smooth one, or ideally put it into autopilot because it feels like I'm talking to autopilot. So, but I love the idea.
Yeah.
I think it's really pretty neat. But it really depends on how smooth you can make it for people to feel safe and not have a taskmaster going rogue.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So right now it's autopilot. We call it from autopilot. So you can ask autopilot to initiate taskmaster, whether in which meeting platform that you have. And to your question, going rogue, we have in a system prompt like confirm first before executing. So those are put in place as well. So thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So we are down, we have completed 3 of our 6 finalist solutions. We'll quickly go on to the 4th one. Yes, Yiquin, all yours. You can start when you're ready, Yiquin.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. So thanks, Rohit. So I'm Yikuan from Singapore. It's an individual submission today. So I will be presenting my Agentic HR chatbot. So what I have, just a quick slide here just to show, is that I have a chatbot that is deployed at Microsoft Teams. We use GPT-4 in the back that makes the decisions on what are the actions that it should perform when it encounters a request from a user, whether to answer a question or whether to perform an action, or maybe both, answer a question and perform an action. And for actions that it needs to perform, it leverages on the UiPath automation platform, RP robots, to trigger the necessary actions to fulfill the user's request. Okay, so let me move to my demo so that I can show you what actually we are doing here. So on the left-hand side, I have a chatbot that is deployed to Microsoft Teams, accessible through the desktop client as well as mobile client as well. And on the right-hand side, I have my UiPath cloud environment, right? So what we should see here is that on the left-hand side, the chatbot is basically an LLM that is at the back, that is receiving the user queries and making decisions on what to do, right? So in this case, I just I just typed in a question to ask it about the special leaves policy in my company. At the back, this chatbot has access to a set of documents that have been prepared by HR, for example, our company policies and FAQ documents. And so for whatever questions that users have asked, these will be provided as context for the LLM to decide whether is this information sufficient to answer the question? Is there any action required to be performed? And then it can decide what is the next step. So in this case, all it did was just to answer a question because the user has not requested for anything. Okay, so now what happens if I actually ask for something, right? So what I've done here is that this chatbot or this agent, in addition to having access to the documents that are HR related, that can be answered, that can be used to answer questions, it has also been configured with a set of actions that it can perform, right? For example, common HR requirements. If it needs to generate employee verification letter for permanent residency applications, for example, it needs to well, in this case, it's supposed to ask me the questions on the inputs that are required for generating that letter. Okay. And if the user provides the inputs, then it would trigger an item, a queue item in Orchestrator to actually perform the action. So let me just try that again, just to be sure. Of all the times I've tried it, it's working fine, and then during the demo, it decides to go off. So the gods of demos are not smiling on me right now. So let's see. Yeah, so this is what's supposed to happen, right? I asked for an employee verification letter for PR application, so permanent residency, and then it asks for the information that is required to fulfill that request. Okay, so this being an LLM at the back, it's not really necessary for you to provide the answer in a very structured way, right? So as an example here, it's asking for three things: date when it started working here, my job title, my home address. And just to make it fun, I'm going to put it my start date in a very verbose way, not like any regular person would do, right? And the LLM should be intelligent enough to still understand the input provided by the person, right? 1st of October 2018, the instructions are to read this date and convert it to the format that's necessary for my downstream processing. And that's what it has done, right? So if you see here, these are the items that have been sent from the LLM over to Orchestrator, right? By creating a queue item, you can see that the date has been passed successfully, right, by the LLM. It's not any code in my bot that says 1st of October 2018, convert to this date. Nobody can expect that kind of input, all right? So yeah, so this queue item triggers off a cloud robot to fulfill the request, and then it sends me an email with a Word document with this information populated. All right, so I should receive that in a few moments. Now, in addition to being used as a fulfillment platform, right, in addition to using UiPath Cloud as a way to fulfill the user request, there is also an opportunity here to use it as an analytics platform, right? Both in terms of statistics, usage statistics, as well as customer satisfaction, right? So for example, if this response was really great, I could give it feedback, right? And this feedback actually will be passed over to a queue as well, right? So this feedback queue will have an item that is created here, right? And then the information that I just entered when I provided the feedback on the chatbot side will be fed back into Orchestrator. And where this information goes is to a dashboard. I could build a dashboard here to say, okay, here are the usage statistics over the past 12 months or whatever. It seems like it's very popular for users to be requesting for bank authorization letters, who are the most frequent users of this system. And of course, customer satisfaction, as I mentioned earlier, right? You could track the level of engagement, like how happy are people with the chatbot, or how unhappy they are. And you can see the latest feedback provided by users through the system, right? So we are linking up not just the request fulfillment part of the chatbot, we are also linking up the customer satisfaction part of the chatbot as well, right? Using the Insights dashboard to show the level of satisfaction that they have. Okay, so this is just an example of the email that I received, okay, with the employee verification letter details provided by the chatbot earlier. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed my presentation. That is all I wanted to share for my agentic AI use case. Thank you.
Right on time.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
How did
Wait for the soundtrack. Yeah.
yeah. How did you find which employee it was? Was it just to the
Yeah. So when you're talking through Teams, you have the context of who is talking to you, who is talking to the chatbot. Yeah. So through the Teams interface, I can get your name, your email, plus any other attributes that have been populated by your IT admin in your Active Directory record.
And if I'm a manager and want to ask, I need a PI for this and this employee, would it be also able to do it, or can it only be applied to what I'm doing?
Could you repeat the question if you have a manager for which you need to request
Yeah, if
something?
I'm a manager and I want to have this kind of letter created for another employee, can I also say that in this chat?
Yeah, you could. I mean, the way that it's currently configured is that it does things for you and for you only.
Only for you.
If you want to have this done on behalf of another person, it would be another action that I configure within the chatbot to say, you have this option when the person is requesting for a letter for himself or herself, or you have this other option where you can create this letter for someone else. But by the way, when you invoking this action, here are the additional inputs that you need to ask the person before you actually invoke the action.
Right.
Yeah.
And do you take the chat you get? Is it just a bot basically listening to this chat, Teams chat, and then reacting on this, or do you have any API that you're
Yeah, so
connecting?
this works through the Azure bot service. So every input that is provided from me when I type in a message, it gets sent over to the bot service that receives this incoming message, right? The exact text that I receive. Within the code, it also keeps track of the conversation history. So if you
Yeah.
provide a message out of context, it has access to the conversation history so that it knows what you have been talking about before, and then it can continue on with the conversation. So it's not just a one-shot thing, like every message is in isolation. It is actually within the context of a conversation history that you have had with the
I
chatbot.
think for your solution, it should say what it actually all can do, because no one knows, right?
Yeah, that's very simple actually. It's a very simple thing to do. You could just ask the chatbot, what can you do? And based on the actions that it has been configured to perform, it will tell you. So because just like, I mean, the way this works is like you should imagine a person on the other side of this bot. It's like you're talking to an intern or just an admin person, and you say, so what do you do? And you ask the same question to the chatbot, and it will tell you what it can do based on the actions that it has been
How are you
configured to
calling
perform.
orchestrator? Are you just providing it as a tool to a function calling model on your
Yeah,
end?
it's a function calling. It's a function call. The actual code that runs is authentication with UiPath Cloud with the app ID and client, and then calling the orchestrator APIs to insert the queue item into the queue.
API through function calling. Okay. Thank you very much.
Correct. No problem.
I really like the analytics on that. I think that's something that could be expanded on in more detail. So well done on including the analytics part.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Equen. The Silicon Robots 3.0, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rohit. Let me share my screen first.
There is an echo. Maybe you guys are sitting in the same room. You can start when you're ready.
Sure.
All right. So I think we can start. Hi, everyone. We are the Silicon Robots 3.0, and our solution is the Intelligent Enterprise Engine, the agentic way to simplify daily tasks. First of all, we are thankful to the organizers and the jury for providing us with the opportunity to showcase our solution, which we believe presents a flavor of agentic automation in enterprise systems. Moving to the team slide, my name is Umesh, and I have Faiz and Nishant with me. We are teammates from the digital transformation practice at the Silicon Partners. As a UiPath enthusiast, we have worked with RP to automate repetitive tasks and processes. These are generally parts of end-to-end business scenarios which begin with a standard set of inputs. However, with the introduction of agentic AI, automation can be empowered with decision-making capabilities, allowing users to interact directly and perform business functions on your enterprise systems like SAP or Salesforce. Here are the details of the UiPath products and other technologies we are using in a solution. Now, we are going to live demonstrate the capabilities of this application and how agentic automation can bring value to enterprises. This is a login page for the Intelligent Enterprise Engine application. To maintain access control to multiple automations available in your enterprise, we have a secured login mechanism. Users can log in using their business email address on which they will receive an authentication token. The bot has generated an authentication token for this email account. Here we will continue with the already signed up email, which has an authentication token available. This authentication token can be used for authentication and triggering the automation. Here we are using data service, studio web, and serverless robots for quick runtime. Upon successful login, the application opens the landing page. We will now navigate to the Agentic Automation Genie to see the available automation in an enterprise system. Different tiles can be configured for different users based on their roles and permissions. When we click on these tiles, the application invokes specific GPT agents in the background. Let us take a look at the real-world use case in SAP of creating a business partner. Business users can easily create business partners in few seconds using this dedicated SAP agent. Clicking on the tile, right, while we initiate the conversation with the GPT responds with what data is needed for creating the business partner. We can provide the email and the authentication token as a natural language input. The GPT then asks us to provide the rest of the details, which we can provide in the other part of the prompts. The benefit of using custom GPT is its capabilities of interpreting structured and unstructured details. Let us provide the next set of input in a structured format. We also have an option where the users can upload the data in bulk, where the users can download the template from the agent and then upload the bulk data in the same template back to the agent, and it can create the business partners in very quickly. So our agent has invoked a automation in the background. It will ask us for the confirmation once it reaches the endpoint. So we have selected the default tenant here. We can configure which users can access to which environment for role-based access controls. Our agent has started running in is using SAP OData services in the background, and it can also create bulk business partner data using same OData services. Once the business partner is created, the agent will get the business partner number from the automation which is running in the background. Since we have got the business partner number, we can verify it in the SAP in the real time whether it has created or not. So this is the business partner which has been created in the background. Let's go back to the app again and then see. Let's have a look at the Salesforce automation agent as well. We selected the Salesforce automation accounts title, which launches this GPT. When we initiate the conversation, it asks us to provide the account name to interact with. Upon providing the name, the agent will start an attended automation, which will open Salesforce on the user system, and it will open the account that we have selected in here. The agent will select the account that we have provided, and it will open a UiPath form once it is selected to select what operation to choose next on this particular platform. When we click on new opportunity, the bot will click on the new opportunity button on Salesforce that we can see, and it will provide us with another form where we can upload the details for opportunity which needs to be created. Going back to the orchestrator jobs, we can see that in the real time, the agents are invoking the jobs on orchestrator using cloud serverless robots as well as attended and unattended robots. For a quick walkthrough of other agents, we will see the past interaction with these GPT agents to understand how they can deliver value to enterprises and center of excellence. This is the Salesforce Genie, where the Genie is basically getting the order ID from the user, and it is getting all the details related to that order from Salesforce using the integration service that we have in the backend. The next we have is the automation summarizer Genie, where we have used UiPath Solution Accelerator, which uses orchestrator APIs, which we integrated it with the GPT so that we can have the conversation in natural language input, and we can provide the prompts, and here are the response from the GPT agent. The next we have on the list is the PDD GPT, where the user can basically upload the PDD and SDD documents, and then GPT can provide us all the information with this. Moving to the homepage again, we also have a UiPath learning page available dedicated for UiPath learners, where enterprise users, community users can really get help with. The first one that we have on the list is UiPath Learning Plan Agent, where the custom GPT can present a plan for learning. The next one we have on the list is the UiPath Video Summarizer GPT, where the users can provide a link to YouTube URL, and then it will create a curated content for us. For quick reference, we have direct links available on the page for YouTube URL, UiPath YouTube channel, UiPath Academy, UiPath blogs for quick access. Moving to the slide.
Can you wrap up in a minute, please?
Yeah.
Sure. We are about to close. So talking about the future enhancement, since due to the unavailability of Agent Builder, we have used custom GPTs for driving this agentic solution, but we plan to make this 100% UiPath-driven solutions once we have the UiPath Agent Builder available. Moving to the solution architecture slide, as we had a brief walkthrough of the application, the solution accelerator diagram will help you understand the integration of the different layers we have. So users interact with the intelligent enterprise engine, which is built entirely on UiPath apps. It is linked to a series of custom GPTs, which interprets user inputs and start UiPath automation by setting the necessary arguments and using API triggers. So thank you for staying with us during this presentation. We are open to questions now.
Many thanks. So why did you choose to have multiple chat GPTs in OpenAI ChatGPT? Because you could configure once and you can have multiple actions in there. I mean, it reminds me, we did have an implementation where you use ChatGPT and trigger that, so.
Yeah, thank you very much, Boris. So we have built this to simplify this walkthrough, because implementing in a single GPT, we have a logic, we have a schema, and we have a API trigger from the orchestrator. So we have a logic, but it is need to simplify this process, because we have the 7 minutes to explain all these things. So we have added the multiple GPTs for the multiple scenarios. So we have started with the business partner creation, Salesforce creation with API and GUI, and the chat with your PDD and create your PDD with the help of this custom GPTs. And we have the GPT for your YouTube video summarizer, especially for the UiPath YouTube video summarizer. And there we have a dedicated page for the students, those who are going to start this automation journey. So it will create the curated content for it. So that is the reason we have choose to create the multiple GPTs. We have the license to create multiple GPTs. And once we got the UiPath Agent Builder, we will convert the solution. We have the schema, we have the endpoints, and we have the prompts or the libraries for it. Yeah.
We just technically, so to understand, so you basically have a custom GPT and you define the action JSON that then triggers into triggering the UiPath API. And then through the UiPath workflow, you're connecting to SAP or whatever.
Yes. Right? Yeah. So we have used the Studio Web and Studio Client for this.
Yeah. But you still chose to have that all as separate custom GPTs instead of having multiple actions and build this other front end around it.
Actually, we have created for the test automation. So this GPT have the multiple schemas and scenarios to cover it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's great vision. I want to see. I want to see next year with Agent Builder how it turns out, because I think your vision for how agents will be presented and separate and set up, and I think it's right on.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have gone through the Tony Nudd sessions. So there we have gone through the UiPath Agent Builder. So we are ready with the solutions. We will come into the chat GPT agent and the. So today we have attained the Tony Nudd sessions. Yeah.
Thank you.
Really nice job, guys. That was very comprehensive. Really good use case. I can see that, as Bobby said, as you adopt more of the newer features, that is going to be a really good sort of template framework to move forward from. Well done.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Tom.
Welcome.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Faiz. Thank you, Umesh. Thank you, Nishant. You have a good team supporting you as well. So thank you all for that too. So we go for the final team, IntelliJohn bots. Are you here? You're on mute if you're speaking. I'm so sorry about that. I'm not able to hear. Not sure if it's just me.
No, can't hear either.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Yes, Abhishek, can you just speak? We just want to make sure that you are audible.
Okay, I am audible. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
Okay, myself Abhishek. I am the team lead of IntelliJohn Labs. This is a single member team. I am only here. I am a RP developer for IntelliJohn Labs with specialized in AI automation. During the HyperHack, we got the topic of agentic automation. So we selected a topic as supply chain. Why we use supply chain as our topic? Because supply chain has a lot of vulnerabilities and in their demand structure. So we have to automate using AI. Okay, there are multiple decision points in supply chain, so we have to do multiple agents. That's why it's a primary aim for selecting this topic, supply chain. Okay. Let me just introduce our project. Okay, this is our project, Chain Master. Okay, here we can see there are multiple specialized boards and a single chain master. The chain master is responsible for decision for getting whether what to do or what agent to respond according to our query. Here we structured this way because we have to limit our there are many privacy issues for us for giving our data to the public LLMs. So we use minimal use of public LLM, pre-trained LLMs like ChatGPT and OpenAI ChatGPT and BART. So we use minimal use of that models and more use of UiPath machine learning structure. Here we can see there are four main boards here: the demand forecasting agent, the inventory optimization agent, the production scheduling agent, and logistic planning agent. Here we can give a query to our main board. That's the orchestrator. Here I am asking for the demand for the next 30 days for our product. Okay, the decision is taken by the OpenAI LLM because we have to use the minimal use of such public LLMs. Okay, the demand focusing agency is initialized. Then to forecast the demand, they have to fetch the current news trends in the websites. So currently I am taking the Google News. We can also improve it by searching with another web portals, etc. So the data is fetched. Then it is processed using depot regression model in the AI center using the ML skill. Okay, Here we can see the output. There is the expected outcome. The expected sale demand will be 35,600 is the expected based on that machine learning. After that, we have to test the inventory optimization agent. For that, I am giving a query related to inventory, like if I am expecting a 300 like okay, here there is a query about a inventory related thing. Okay, the bot is initialized. Okay, I think the query is not okay. There is issue with that. Let me move on to the production scheduling agent. For a production scheduling agent, I have to query about the production related thing. So I have to query on that. I think I have to schedule, give a data on scheduling. Make a production schedule. If my expected okay, the production scheduling agent is working. It fetch data from multiple ERPs, their ERPs. After that, it will calculate the expected sales. Here also we used the depot regression model. Okay. Here we can see the output. Most efficient production plan for 1,000 unit requirement is 2 shift for moderate market. This is a sample, just a POC for our project that the output we are getting. Okay. Next we have to move on the logistic planning. We can go with the
Yeah. Abhishek, can you wrap it up in like few seconds? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, after the here we can see the production scheduling is completed. There is a mail that is gone to the particular person related to that. After that, the logistic planning agent is here. We can give the data here, or we can also use the specialized agents here. Okay, after the logistic agent completed its work, after that, it actually doing that what the correct routes for the supply chain, the routes for the optimal route for this purpose. After that, the process is completed, whether they have to give it to the data to particular delivery personnel like drivers or other officials. We can go for yes. Okay. Okay. Now this is the right transportation plan for that. We can see the transportation plan for that. report regression model for the
Yeah.
output.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. I think we'll have to wrap up. Any questions, guys? Tony, Boris, both?
I think the concept is right on, right? I mean, this is kind of how a business analyst would want to operate, at a manufacturer. You can see the concept and how they'll probably interact with the specialized agents. So the concept is right on. It's been tough on the execution of the demo, obviously, but it's great.
Yeah, we can
the use
scale
of
up
machine
according to
learning
our
is really
requirement. We
good on
can
that
add
one.
multiple agents here. We can use multiple agents. This is a POC actually. We can add multiple models here. We are using the OpenAI models and multiple models. Each model are trained on multiple LLMs and models like that. Here, primary case we are using this kind that we can this way more secured. Our data is secured with each agents. We can cover up whether who will be using these agents. So we can restrict for such agents with certain people. So we can control it.
It's good that you used machine learning models as well as the LLMs. Sometimes we forget that there are other alternatives to a big LLM, and where you need something very specific, a machine learning skill could come in. So well done for using that.
Yeah, here we are using the OpenAI model for wrapping up the current trend. We are extracting the data from the particular news portal. After that, we are summarizing that data using the OpenAI model. After we calculate the trend of the particular product.
I mean, it goes very well with the concept of what we do with the agent builder. So you'll use all these other agents as tools to be triggered to feed into one other kind of the main agent that handles those requests. What's not in your interface, what's not so clear is kind of when you say product or sales of what units, what products, and so forth. So, but I get the gist. I mean, if it's really nicely integrated, then it's a very good idea. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. You guys should try the agent builder once it's in private preview. Should be in just a few days.
Okay.
So that'll, I think, be a pretty cool thing for you to try to build this in.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much, Abhishek. You can just stop screen share. So that's it. We have completed all the pitches. So I would like to invite our jury members to just share what your experience has been. How did you like the ideas in a gist, just to address the group here?
I'll start. I think it's been very encouraging to see the practicality of the ability to apply LLMs and the execution capability of UiPath. I think it was pretty uniform across the groups. It's kind of exciting, as Tony and a few of us have said, thinking about kind of the next 12 months, right, and the ability for us to help expedite the process of creating these agents, as well as the more autonomous capabilities that'll be in the execution side of it as well. But I think you all put together, I mean, all the concepts were terrific, and I think that's and you showed the ability to make many of these showed some ability to make some really neat outcomes quickly. I think in the near term versus super long term. So congrats everybody.
Yeah, congrats everybody. I think it's really great to see you kind of using your imagination of how you kind of agentize or put agentic automation into that, and specifically in a time when I don't know, everything was kind of claimed to be agentic when it has some Gen AI in it. So this is really, really great. I can see how some of that, and Taqi can talk more about how some of it can be nicely translated into what you'll be seeing from us. And they also come into the challenges that you have, the taskmaster, where then, oh my God, if this thing goes rogue, sacks 100 people or whatever, all those kind of things, that we come across, of course, when we talk with our customers, and they're saying, oh, wait a minute, not so fast. Yeah. So you guys are already innovators, thinking ahead, thinking fast, and that's what we really like. But it's also experiencing, how will the world get ready with all the things that we are coming up here? So well done.
Yeah, thank you, Boris. You're reading my mind here. First, I just wanted to congratulate everybody that you got so far and built so much with essentially limited abilities in the platform right now. So congratulate you on the creativity. I would love to talk to all of you. I will reach out personally and see if we can, get you guys onboarded to the agent builder when it's in private preview. So I look forward to that because I think imagine what you can do once you actually have native platform support for these things. So congratulations. Just wanted to say that, and very, very impressed with the creativity. Thank you.
And guys, I know what it's like building these things, and you've done it on top of your day jobs. So look, the amount of effort, the hours you've put in, really, really well done, and really appreciate it. And absolutely well done on that, Taqi, as well, to reach out. I think going forward with the new tools, please use them as soon as you can. Give us feedback. We rely on people like yourselves who are using these tools to feedback to our product managers so we can make our tools even better. So again, thank you for that.
Perfect. So in a minute, will any of the participants want to just share their experience, and then we'll just share about the next steps. Anyone wants to just unmute and speak? How you like the session? Anyone who was not a finalist, was here to support?
No, this is Chitu from Kibariga. This was really fun, and we can't wait for the next one, So I will keep it there.
Perfect. So thank you all again. Just to share with everyone, we will have the the announcement of winners on Monday. That is December the 9th. The winners will be announced. You'll get an email anyway, but we'll also be announcing it on the UiPath Community social media platform and the forum post where we have announced about the HyperHack. So all of you are winners. I mean, you got so far, and the recording of this finale will be also uploaded on the YouTube community. So feel free to share that with any of your colleagues, any of your team members, so that they can also see the amazing work that you have done. So before we move on, I would request our jury members to stay back for a few more minutes, and thank you all for joining. Wait for the result on Monday.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks.
Screen share and then start the timer.
Yeah, probably you can start sharing screen and then start. Let us know once you're ready. Just a minute.
Yeah, I think we can start.
No, just a minute. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Hello, everyone. It's an honor to be here, present among everyone here today. Our team is BotForge. So let's begin. Let's start by imagining something like this. Like, we have a detailed business requirement document in hand, and our goal is to turn this into an automation bot that streamlines our operations. But anything but the process here is streamlined in the real case scenario. There's a constant back and forth with developers. There's manual coding, testing, debugging, and final deployment, all of which can take weeks, if not months. This is the reality many businesses are facing today. This journey, like from the idea to implementation, is often slow, error prone, and resource intensive. Hence, the result is delayed timelines, higher costs, and some missed opportunities for innovation. So now we introduce something called as AutoCodex, which is an innovative solution aimed at revolutionizing the way we approach automation development. AutoCodex is a comprehensive platform designed to simplify and accelerate the automation lifecycle. We are aiming to solve two key challenges here: reducing development efforts and ensuring quality. Let's move to our product. What you see in front of the screen is our AutoCodex interface. Here we are offering you three comprehensive features: code generation, code review, and bug fixing. It's an intuitive interface that is designed to simply accept a business requirement document and take the journey ahead from there. So we will actually start demonstrating as we talk to you about it.
So as you can see that once we upload the business requirement document, the bot starts processing the BRD document. The GenAI extracts the key process steps from the document and then starts creating the step-by-step process which the bot, like the backend bot, needs to
be developed with.
Yeah. So the app also has a feature for providing additional insights. So once the process steps are visible on the screen, the user can review that and also provide additional details if needed. Or otherwise, the user can just click on approve. Once approve is clicked, the bot will generate the code.
That's our code generation feature here. We are basically trying to provide two ways. Once, we want to have the human in the loop feature here, because in case the process steps that are generated by the bot in the first go are not meeting our expectations, we can have it reviewed and rectified by the human, and then the bot will again send you out the new updated process steps, which we can use for bot development. So here, the process steps that are generated backed by GenAI is actually acting as an input for us to create the bot, UiPath bot step by step. All right. So currently the bot is actually processing in the background to fetch you the extracted process steps. It should appear on your screen shortly. While that is happening, we can actually move ahead. Okay, it's actually on the screen in front of you. So we had uploaded a BRD for an email automation in UiPath, and what the bot could understand from that BRD, it has come and listed over here to us. Now, this is actually like a technical step-by-step explanation of the process steps, which will be useful for not only business analysts, but also developers, which will help them get an actual like logic developed in the first place instead of having time taken there. So now, once the approve button is clicked, the code generation in the backend starts, which is actually happening on my system in the backend, where it's going to utilize UiPath AI products to take this input of our UiPath prompts and then convert it into read XAML code of UiPath. So while that is happening, we will actually move ahead with the presentation and continue with our features.
So this is the solution architecture. So as Mevash rightly mentioned, the bot does three things. It generates code and it reviews it. And in the meanwhile, it also fixes bugs. So in the review code, what happens is the bot takes the process steps and then feeds it to the UiPath. UiPath processes that information, and then what UiPath does is it creates the process flow. Since there are two process flows which the bot could make, since the bot could make out from the BRD uploaded, those two process flows will be created in UiPath. So as we speak, a bot is being created on my colleague's laptop, and Yeah. So also in the code generation step, there is a so in the code generation step, you can see there is a configuration like
this is like a GenAI backed code configuration standard we are trying to provide here, because of course the code generated by AI is not something you can directly run at production level end to end. There are some configuration changes, reviews that a human is required to do. Like your actual developer will be required to take care of few variables, paths, some other kind of detailed configurations, which according to the use case, generative AI is trying to like streamline for the user and showcase here in front. The user can use this and then complete the bot that is given by the AI. Now these steps, you can have, the user can have any kind of queries and doubts, so he can actually ask autocodex to explain any step to him in detail. This can offer him better clarity, and also it will ensure that the user is clear with what he's supposed to do in order to make this bot run end to end. So this is all about the generate code bot.
Thank you. Your time is up.
Okay.
So now we will start for the Q&A. So Zuri, your time starts. Who has a question for the team?
I'd be curious what products or how you have built your solution. You mentioned something about Gen AI, and you've been very quickly through the architecture diagram. Maybe you can provide some more
Yeah,
details.
we can actually reshare, and while we speak, we can explain to you the
It was
technical
very
details.
fast, and I'd be really curious about what technology you leverage for building the solution.
Yeah, sure. So the main intention here was to build like a UiPath ecosystem where businesses who have UiPath with UiPath license with them for like a very long time can actually leverage every product that UiPath is offering in order to make this productivity enhancement tool. So the way we start is we have the interface completely built on UiPath apps. With UiPath apps, we have connected our UiPath Studio robots. What these bots are responsible to do is take your BRD. So the interface that we are providing the UiPath bots with, the files that you upload get uploaded to the storage bucket. Once they are uploaded, our backend bot fetches it, analyzes it through generative AI. So we have used integration services here to connect it to OpenAI GPT, and then we send the entire analysis to it and make it we have done extensive prompt engineering here to retrieve the expected process steps. Once the detailed process steps are retrieved, we are asking UiPath Autopilot itself to feed these prompts automatically and generate the structure of the bot that is required. Once this is generated, our chat feature is also linked to the UiPath Studio integration services in order to retrieve the solutions to queries. Along with this, in the beginning, for understanding if a document is BRD or not, for that easy classification, we have leveraged document understanding Gen AI powered, where we can simply just specify the instance of like one simple explanation of what a BRD should be, and then the generative AI document understanding bot is able to classify my document as a BRD or not. Along with this, in the backend for code review as well, we are leveraging OpenAI integration, where we ask for the potential bugs and fixes that are going to be occurring in the bot that is uploaded by the user. The bug fixing feature is like an extension to the code review feature, which is a future scope for us. We are currently exploring how we can leverage UiPath Autopilot along with fine-tuned LLMs to actually fix the bugs that the review code feature has given us, in order to fix the code directly on the XAML level and give the user directly back that.
Time is up. I hope everyone liked the music also. We like your presentation, team. Thank you very much. And next team is boundaryless. So we have 30 seconds for the jury to add their score. Yeah, Preeti, let me know once you are ready.
Yeah, I'm just sharing my screen.
Yep. And you can also see timer on my video, just in case if you want to see how much time left.
Yeah, we can start.
Ready?
Yeah, over to
Best. Okay, best of luck. Just let me start the timer. Yeah, start.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, respected jury members and my fellow hackers. Let me start this presentation by painting a picture for you. Imagine this for a moment. An individual takes a medication that reacts adversely in his body, causing severe complications or even costing him his life. This is not just a hypothetical scenario, but a harsh reality. According to WHO, ADRs are among the top 10 leading causes of death. At Boundaryless Autobots, we believe delays in healthcare are not just inefficiencies, they are unacceptable risks. Today, we are not here to dwell only on problems. We are here to talk about solutions that can save lives. Now, introducing you UI Shield, a leap towards saving lives. Before diving into our solution, let me introduce our incredible team, Preeti, Namada, Sanjay, and myself, APAC Reddy, united by the mantra, intelligent bots and infinite protectors. According to WHO, every year, hundreds of millions of ADRs are reported worldwide, and here is the real challenge. Healthcare professionals spend on an average of 20 minutes manually processing each ADR form. Multiply that by millions of forms with over 8,000 pharmacovigilance companies, and you are looking at a massive bottleneck, delaying critical interventions and costing lives. In clinical trials, managing adverse events is very crucial for patient safety. Mild symptoms to severe conditions must be documented and reported. However, the current manual system is time-consuming and prone to errors. As the number of reports increases, scalability becomes a significant challenge. To tackle this, we have built an intelligent automation solution that is UI Shield, which can tackle ADR processing with speed, precision, and scalability. With this, I hand over the mic to Mrs. Preeti to demonstrate you the solution. Over to you, Preeti. Thank you.
Thank you, AP. A very good day to one and all present here. So our solution mainly aims to reduce the processing time of the ADR reports reviewing. So this also enables us to send timely email alerts because the categorization, the severity categorization is done by the AI model. So this is how our proposed solution looks like. So we have front-end apps and back-end as data services. So we'll be uploading the ADR forms, the adverse event forms in the apps, and it gets stored in the storage bucket. So the process reads the forms, and using the UiPath GenAI and proper prompt engineering, we are extracting the data in a structured format, and we are uploading it to the data services. So let me show you the input forms. So these are some of the sample input forms which are which are approved by World Health Organization. We are using the first form for our demo. So over to the demo now. So this is our app UI Shield. We have already processed some records. So I will just show the details of whatever ADR forms we have processed. So we have processed 3 ADR forms as of now. And this adverse event severity and reason are the key points which are going to be, which are in response to the AI analysis. So through the AI model, we get these responses. And other things are extracted from the form itself. That is also done by the AI model. So let me now show you an end-to-end process of a single form. So you can upload the form from here. And when you click on submit, it gets stored in the storage bucket. So now let me start the processing of the form. So by the time it gets processed, let me share the PPT again. So I would like to highlight the key benefits. The processing time is reduced from 20 minutes to 2 minutes, and hence the cost is also reduced. And it saves lots of hours annually, like for processing the review, for processing the ADR forms. The key thing here is the faster decisions. So basically, manually, what they do is the ADR form, they go through the ADR form and then they segregate it as based on severity. And critical ADRs should be reported immediately. So through our app, we can do it immediately. So that is the advantage and faster decisions. So basically, our end users are healthcare professionals and experts across industries pharmaceutical and healthcare providers. So basically, we have used apps, integration services, data services, storage bucket, a few processes in Studio Desktop, and also web and orchestrator and email services. So I think the processing is done. So let me go and show you the details. So these are the details. So if you see here, a new record is added now. This is rendered directly from the data services. So I'll just select the new report number, and then we can see more details about that. This is also rendered from the data services, but the input is from the AI model. So it reads the forms and gives the input. So yeah, this is the reporter details. And for critical ADRs, we can directly send the email, which is very, very important because we need to report it immediately to take some action. So the next thing which we would like to showcase is the dashboard. So while it is sending me email, I'll just run the dashboard process. So this is a cumulative severity dashboard, ADR severity dashboard. So while it is running, let me show you a little more about the solution architecture. So we have three main processes: the adverse event process, the dashboard, and email process. So if you can see the dashboard and email process, as the name suggests, it helps to view dashboard and send email. And the adverse event process is something which helps us to get the data from the through the AI model. So this is the sample email, and this will definitely help because the report is processed instantly and is flagged as critical, and it helps in timely medical interventions, and hence countless lives are saved. So this is our dashboard. I hope it's clear. So we have a cumulative count. So it has based on severity. And thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. And our solution is not just automation, it's a transformation to help healthcare and save lives.
Thank you, Preeti, for being in within a time boundary. So now, jury, it's your time.
How's the severity determined of the form, and then how is the model performing at this? Are you able to track how well the model performs against ground truth data?
Yes, actually the forms are sent to the model through the content generation activity, UiPath GenAI activity. And we have corresponding prompts, which gives us the response in JSON format. So through the prompts, we have made sure the needed data is extracted, it's given the prompt, and the overall analysis of the form is also done by the AI model, and they give us the response. I mean, they gave us the categorization whether it is severe or medium or low. So that is the crux behind it. And we also then pass the JSON and push it to the data services. So with respect to the thing, there are definitely, you can't say 100% accuracy, but we were able to achieve around 85 to 90%. I hope that answers.
Is there human in the loop if you're unsure or you're unable to be confident in the assignment of the category?
Actually, we can incorporate that human in loop, but for the demo purpose, we have not incorporated that. But we can judge the percentage, right? Based on the AI model, it can itself give the surety, how much percentage it's sure. So based on that, we can make it a human in loop.
Thanks.
Thank you.
I would be curious, you mentioned you use GenAI activities. Why didn't you use document understanding, given the fact that you have forms? We have a generative extractor, so I thought it would be easier to work with documents like this.
We have used a single format as of now, and with the AI model, we are able to extract the details much more faster. Definitely, we can use document understanding when we have different forms, and we can actually use the AI center and create a custom model and do it. This was even more challenging for us to write the prompt engineering and use the GenAI.
I see. Okay. And then I'll be curious how you scale the solution. How many entries do you think you'd be supporting in like a year? And how you take care of data cleanup?
Okay. So
I'll take that
yeah,
question.
yes, AP, yeah, please. Yes.
Yeah, Monica. See,
I'm
this
sorry, you will not be able to take answer it much now. Right.
Okay.
So next team, you can be ready meanwhile.
Thank you.
So 30 seconds for the jury to add marks.
Hello, can you guys hear us?
Yes, we can hear you, Suresh.
Okay, please screen.
Yeah.
Can you guys see our screen?
Yes, we can see. Let me know
Okay.
once you are ready.
Yeah, we are ready. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone, and thank
Just
you
a minute, just a minute. Let me start the timer also for you.
Sure.
Yeah, here you go.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to present. Today, I will take you on a journey showcasing how UiPath empowered us to solve a significant operational challenge. Our customer is a supplier, faced a critical bottleneck, manually creating sales orders in Oracle NetSuite from Zendesk purchase orders was not only time intensive, but also prone to frequent errors. To make it matters more challenging, the orders came in multiple formats such as PDFs, Excel files, CSVs, plain text in the emails. The existing process slowed down the operations, impacting customer satisfaction and order fulfillment timelines. What did they want actually? A real-time solution to save time, improve accuracy, and eliminate manual dependencies. The results as we delivered and speak volumes. So the targeted to the creation of 50K sales order annually automatically and 12K hours, which is going to increase further to saving at the manual effort. Currently it's done for 30 plus customers and successfully automated 100 plus complex freight roles, which is previously required meticulous and manual intervention. Reduced order reducing processing by 70%, enabling the faster order fulfillment. Scale the solution to handle 200 plus customers, and the future we are leveraging robot to multi-bot architecture, which is going to be at least 5 to 6 bots that are going to be in parallel. A quick high-level solution that I'm going to talk about this. Let me give bot download the purchase orders from UiPath. We are using UiPath, from Zendesk. We are using UiPath integration services, ensuring no human intervention required. And PDFs are processed using UiPath document understanding paired with custom AI model to extract critical data. The bot verifies the accuracy by checking confidence score. Low confidence documents are routed to the UiPath Action Center for human review. For Excel files, email bodies, pre-configured field mappings ensures seamless data extraction. Extracted data is consolidated in Excel, stored on SharePoint, pushed to a queue for processing. The bot logs into NetSuite, applies complex freight rules, and create accurate sales orders. It also updates the Zendesk tickets with the confirmation details and maintains the detailed status reports for business review and stored securely on SharePoint. This is an end-to-end automation eliminated errors, and actually it gives very good confidence to the business. Automation really works. This is where I see all UiPath features like integration services, document understanding, AI, whatever the assets are very well used in this project, especially for pre-configuring the complex business rules. That's where customers were very impressed with the product. And the next plan, which I'm going to show, and then we'll run to the demo. As you can see, this automation actually gave confidence to our customers, and now we are taking it to the 200 plus for our 200 plus customers. We are going to top, and we are going to do the multi-bot architecture. And we are also going to work on the handwritten customers. So some customers are going to send the notes in the handwritten documents, which we are going to plan. And along with this, we also made a journey and do the assessments, and we have identified potential 10 plus opportunities, which we are going to convert into the automation, which is a huge pipeline that we are going to see. So since there is a lot of customer sensitive data, I understand live demo is needed, but we have to go with, the recorded one. There is a lot of screens are going to be blurred. Pramila, can you please quickly run the demo? So we can't compromise customers' confidentiality. So as you can see, the sales order automation, there is a two bots, dispatcher and performer. The automation begins as soon as purchase order attachment received and the Zendesk tickets. And the bot initiates the process, downloading, identifying the format of the order, whether it is PDF, Excel, or text. In this example, a document is taken to the failure case. Document understanding with AI models, it extracts the data, and the confidence scores are low, missing fields flagged. The ticket is updated for validation. Simultaneously, a queue item is added with a UiPath orchestrator for streamlined processing. Next, UiPath Action Center, business reviews and approvals, allow human intervention to validate and amend flag data. This is exactly the selling point where customers were so happy, because we keep saying 100% automation, intelligence and all, but they have a doubt. If something goes wrong, do I have control? So this is Action Center where they really liked it. They ensure the accuracy and all. Once it is approved and the bot locks into Oracle NetSuite, so the second dispatcher performer bot picks it up. PO details and item specific details are collected, and before that, it's logging into Oracle NetSuite, and it start creating the order in that one. As you can see, it's picking up the details and creating the order in the system. There is one information that, where you see the line items and the free rules, which are very complex and time taken, which looks so simple because of UiPath's capabilities. As you can see, there's a third line item that you will be seeing it. It is actually a rule that is created behind the scene, how easily UiPath assets are used for this one to create and maintain the freight rules. They are very specific to each customer. So that's where the solution was so important to make it a successful order creation. It is not only just data extraction. Definitely data extraction itself is a complex. And finally, the bot created the sales orders, and the Zendesk ticket sales order are updated in the Zendesk through the integration services, instant visibility and transparency for the customer. In just 3 minutes, in this end-to-end automation showcase, how UiPath dramatically reduces the processing time, increases the accuracy, and enabling to go for 200 plus customers. This is the real-time automation and creating confidence on our company. Evoke Technologies is providing them right solution, and now they are even taking to the next level. So I also want to give us minor feedback here. There is a limited documentation for NetSuite integration service activities, what we noticed. And we also noticed the AI Center modern project should allow defining classifiers and extractor, because there are something, unnecessary AI units is being used. This could be a wonderful feature. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I invite Zuri to ask any of the question.
Sure, I have a question. So, have you considered for the initial part on the ticketing system to apply communications mining to understand what is the ticket about and help prioritize these tickets?
So in Zendesk, they have business right now, because this is the first automation that they are doing, right? So they don't want to, and we also don't want to risk on that one, to be honest with that. So giving confidence, making sure a successful automation which works for them. So what we asked them to create a particular ID for a bot. So whatever the ticket that needs to be processed by that, so they will move it to that queue of that particular bot account. From there, we pick it up, and there we are reading, email content, email mining. Those features are there, but not every email we are trying to process. We are not looking for that.
Thank you.
So first, we need to win the confidence. Then we go for more, right?
And is my understanding correct? Is this a process that is currently in production?
Yes, it's in production.
Cool. I'd be curious how you tested the solution.
So when you say tested, I mean, there are so many touch points, right? For example, you see from Zendesk and you talk about Oracle NetSuite. So definitely we need to have the lower environment for them, and we also need. Let me be honest, testing was really big pain because creating a situation and scenario in Oracle, that itself is, once you test it, when order is created, you will not be able to test that one. So this is where there's a lot of coordination that went in. Automation testing, we try to do it, but it's not just with the automation testing. It's the actual data support that is needed on the Oracle. So what we did is we didn't save the order an Oracle NetSuite. So every time it goes all the way to the Oracle, fill the information, but without saving, we come back. So only during UAT, we enabled that save option. So that's how we were able to test back and forth. And of course, for each customer, we have asked for 5 samples for 5 sample document, which we trained. And then we have used another 5 samples for the testing, making sure that template and format is working. And we are also going to the next level. We don't want to keep training for every template. So because UiPath has an intelligence, so it also try to resolve by itself or automatically fill that one. So what we noticed after reaching to 30 plus, the remaining out of 170, we may be required to train only 10 or more. Remaining ones automatically handles by the UiPath. That's what we are noticing right now.
Mhm. I have a quick question, yes or no. And for the Excel part, is it template based or do you use some AI to map them?
Template based for now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh and team.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for the
I
opportunity.
give 30 seconds to jury members to add their score. And next team, let me know if you are able to unmute.
Hi, Vibhor, can you hear us?
Hey, yeah, we can hear you.
Thanks.
You can start sharing your screen and
That's good.
yeah, just wait for 15 more seconds. Yeah, I think we are good. Let me start the timer and best of luck.
Good morning, good evening. Thank you so much for giving us a wonderful opportunity. So we are a team SOAS. Our use case is admit card generation via automated data validation. We are the team. We are a team of 4. So the problem statement of our use cases, in India, we see the private and public sector or agencies conduct several exams throughout the year. So there are a lot of onboarding that happens. The registration of these and all sectors has a lot of so the registration process of this involves a lot of data. So in the form of validating the data, like we have implemented a solution of validation, so which will do the validation in less than 1 or 2 minutes. So the solution includes collection of the data and sending the acknowledgements and real-time admit cards. So the features that we have used are UiPath apps. The UiPath apps, what it does is like, using that, we have created a form where, it collects the data, and the data service is used to, store the data. And the storage bucket is where, where all the data from the applicants, whoever submits, will get located. And we have used document understanding to extract the data from the proofs. And we have Studio and the orchestrator. At the same time, like we have used the ML points, endpoints to extract the data from the proofs. So the benefits out of these automation use cases, the turnaround time of automating or extracting data from of this registration process is less than 2 minutes, and out of the process, we save almost 23 FTEs annually, and the human error is eradicated. At the same time, like we have used the seamless integration of the APIs, which will send the alerts. So demo.
Yeah, moving on the demo. So by leveraging the UiPath apps, we implemented the registration form. So as you see, this is the registration form. The users will update all the details here. In the interest of time, we have pre-filled all the details. So as part of the solution, we have replicated the real-time staff selection commission exam registration form. So also we have used all types of objects like drop-downs, calendar, date, pick, radio buttons, browse for the file, all these things. So using the data services, we have implemented the state drop-down object where the district's data in the next field will be populated based on the state selections, as you see. So all the mandatory fields like personal data, details, and education details, preferences to the exam centers, and upload of the proofs, identity proofs for the registration has to be mandatory. So the moment you submit, the user submit the form, the data gets updated in the storage bucket. So we will take you there in the storage bucket as well. So once the submit button is clicked, so notification will be sent to the candidates via Twilio and Outlook to their registered phone numbers and email IDs respectively. Saying the application is accepted or rejected based on that. We have implemented the document understanding to extract these details from the proof that was submitted by the user. So for this, we have used the machine learning endpoints, a trained machine learning model that even learns and can then infer the values for the targeted fields, even the layout is done. So as a result, the validation status is sent to the respective candidates. It can be either approved or not approved. So I'm just running the file here. Yeah. So this is where the validation takes place. So as you see, these are the folders. Each folder, everything will go into the respective folders like barcodes and ID proofs, photo, signature, everything will go into the respective fields. Folders. Yeah. So after that, the validation will take place. Even though we validate the text information provided by the user, like name, date of birth, ID proof numbers, against the extracted data from the proof using ML models. So that's how the validation status will be sent to the respective candidates. So now, so this is the storage bucket. So these are the email IDs. So it will be launched. I think it will take some time to come. Yeah. So this is the application rejected. One of the exception what we haven't handled here. So now moving on to the admit card generation part. So if the validation is successful and approved, for those candidates, the automation will be initiated to generate the admit card. So in this, we have exclusively taken care of the allocation of exam centers based on the preference of the state that was selected by the candidate while registering. So the automation will allocate the centers based on the first come first serve basis. It will keep validating if the maximum seating capacity of this particular center is reached or not. Once it is reached, I think it will it will move on to the allocation of the next exam center of the preferred district. So this is how this is how the admit card looks like. So we equipped with the barcode of the registration number, generates dynamically, and even the QR code also for the address of the exam center, as it would ease to find the route for the candidate on the exam day. So the final admit card will be shared to the candidate to their registered email IDs, and SMS updates will be sent to the registered mobile number. Yeah. So
thank you, Satya, for your demo. So jury members, any questions for Satya and team?
Thank you.
I was wondering, I didn't really understand whether you trigger in the loop, you trigger human in the loop for verifying the applications or not.
Yeah, correct. We don't have unattended license as of now. Okay, we are not using companies because of security data. That's why we triggered annually. Otherwise, everything will be in unattended mode.
Got it, got it. What do you use to extract the information from the documents? You mentioned something about some pre-trained models, but the forms don't look like standard, or?
Yeah, it's not standard. We are picking the ID card number, ID proof number, name, date of birth, everything we are validating against the whatever the candidate uploaded in the through UiPath apps.
And what are you using to extract that from the document?
It's like name, date of birth, and ID proof number
With what technology?
using ML extractor. Currently, we used ML extractor and form extractor.
Gotcha.
And based on what conditions do you decide whether a candidate should pass or fail the evaluation?
It's like uploaded data and ID proof, whatever they upload, right? We are validating against that. It's like criteria before attending the exam. Okay. Because of that, we are validating and we are skipping the remaining.
So, for example, there's a exam asks you to be less than 25 years of age or something, right? More than 25 years. So it's checking date of birth and then it's calculating whether age criteria is met and certain educational criteria are met. So we are validating against those criteria.
Where do you define those criteria?
So we we have taken this as a standard exam in India. So from their portal, we found out the criteria which they would require. But criteria can be defined in advance for any other. We can customize it for any other exam as well.
So basically, if I understand you correctly, you extract the data from the form and then verify it against the database where the acceptable criteria is defined.
Yes.
I got it. I got it. And is this fixed text? Is it like some code, some ID, which has to match exactly, or do you also perform some fuzzy matching in case, for example, some things are specified lower or uppercase or slightly differently? I think I might
understand all those. Understand the fuzzy matching.
Okay, so you said fuzzy matching.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Now our next team is Doc Robotics, James Jacob from Tech Mahindra, joining from Australia. So we'll give 30 minutes to jury members. Hey, James.
Hi, Vibhor.
Yeah. Now, please share your screens.
Yeah.
Let's wait for a few seconds and then start. Yeah, I think we are good to start. You can just hide me from your screen. Can you hear me?
I think he is frozen.
Yeah, I think he's frozen. So maybe we can go with the next team in that case. Or we can 15 more seconds. Otherwise, we'll go with teams. Next team, Team Einstein. AI Einstein. So in the interest of time, we like to move with the next team, Team AI Einstein. So I will be making you co-host, and please be ready. Thank you, Vibhor. Yeah, I think we are good. You can start sharing your screen.
Sure. Pankaj, would you be able to share? Great.
Yeah, just give me a few seconds so that I can start the timer. Ready? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, hello everyone. So my name is John Epen. I'm part of Flight Center Travel Group, and where I manage the digital pillar. With me, I've got 3 colleagues, Pankaj, Ganesh, and Anirudh with me who have worked on the solution. So the name of the solution is GDS Automation. Now, FCTG is a travel management company which manages the travel program for corporate companies across the globe. FCM has its presence in more than 90 plus countries. Now, one of its core process is air quotation and booking the air tickets. That's one of the core process wherein we get the request from the clients for the quotation of tickets via email. Now, based on the request, team searches the details within Amadeus application. This is kind of a very monotonous job wherein they put some command, extract the details, multiple details which they have to fetch, different options, flight options, and other policies related stuffs. And then overall, to complete the end-to-end activity, it takes around 10 to 12 minutes for them to complete, which is highly inefficient and time consuming as well. Now, the solution which we have worked on was to streamline the entire process. We have developed an out-of-box solution where we designed a front-end application using UiPath app, which is integrated with Office 365, Amadeus APIs, being used Gen AI, and UiPath bots. So the app has the capability to convert the unstructured email request into a structured. Now, for example, if a person send an email out, email request to book a ticket from this place to this place, so this app would be able to convert that into a structured format where it extract exactly the destination, place, and the place of departure, place of arrival, and the date of the travel, and then it searches the details within the Amadeus through API. Then we can the travel consultant can see all the details there, and through a few clicks he'll be able to send the details out in a particular format to the client. So everything can be done from one screen. So that is the solution. So the benefit which we are looking at is in FCTG itself, the same process are being followed in 80 plus countries worldwide. Okay, so this is an opportunity for us to implement this solution in 80 plus countries, and we are looking for a saving of around 150 million Australian dollars every year. So that is what we are looking at. And secondly, this is in FCTG only in our organization. Secondly, it is estimated that there are approx 10,000 corporate travel management companies worldwide. And this is an out-of-box solution which can be implemented across these organizations very easily. So that is what we are looking at. Moving on to the architecture. So if you look at it, so this is the one-page solution, one-screen solution which we have created, wherein when we upload this application, there is a flow which gets triggered, and that retrieves the email from the Outlook and pass the data onto the UiPath data service. And from there, we have integrated that with this app, wherein all these emails will be visible on the left-hand side. So left-hand side will you can see the list of emails there. When you click on any of the email, the details get populated on the right hand side. And so on the right hand side, you can see the subject of the email. So in the interest of time, as we have just left with 3 minutes, so what we can do is we can quickly move on to the demo. So Pankaj, if you can just run the demo. Okay, so the left hand side are the emails, list of emails which you see. When you click on any of the email, that gets the body of the email gets reflected, visible on the right hand side in the middle section. So here the travel consultant can read the email, and when travel consultant click on the body of the email, what you can see is the details gets populated onto the filters automatically. Now, there are two things which is happening here. It is triggering an Gen AI model in the background, and Gen AI model is converting the unstructured data into a structured, where it is extracting the places. Say if you look at the departure is Mumbai and the arrival is London. Second thing which it does is it is taking the IATA code. Now, what is IATA code? IATA code is required to uniquely identify the places, and this is kind of required for immediate search purpose. So these are the two things which Gen AI model is currently doing for us, and then it populates those details onto the filter here. So if it is all looking good, consultant can click on search, and now what is happening is now bot is triggering the Amadeus API in the background, and there is a flow which is running, and it has picked the data directly from Amadeus now. So and so all the data which is coming here is basically coming in a JSON format, and there are good number of data which comes back, maybe 10, 20 different options which is coming. So from the JSON file, so bot is getting the data and passing it again to Gen AI model to get the best option based on the pricing. So there is another trigger which is happening in the background, and then these are the best options based on the pricing which is getting displayed onto the screen. Once that is done, the consultant have the option to add those onto cards, whatever which feels the right option, and then when you click on the submit button, it will send an email out in a specific template. So every client will have a specific template. So in the background, bot will look into the name of the client, and based on which it pick that template and send an email out. So this is the end-to-end process. So Pankaj, if you can showcase one of the email, or okay, so this is the email which we got right away. So this is the details of the flight options, and this is the template which will be shared to the client. So this is the end-to-end solution.
Thank you, John. So now, jury members, time for you.
Have you baked anything for any type of policies? I'm imagine for someone you would want to book a low-cost flight, or for someone it could be this type of, or if it's more expensive, then don't go into that direction. Basically, some context around that. Have you thought about that?
Right. So as of now, the trigger which we have placed in the Gen AI is to extract the options based on the pricing. So the cheaper flight will be displayed onto the screen. So depend upon the requirements, that can be switched, that can be changed. And the reason why we've created it and this is not running in an unattended mode is because the travel consultant have have the option of changing the filter at any point in time, click on search, and based on which the consultant can select the best option. And that is the reason why we've created it.
Thank you.
You all set this up for the consultant to have the main interface. Did you all see any opportunities to have like a public facing app so that the traveler could book a flight themselves?
Yes. So we already have the self-service model with us, have an web application. The problem is there are two challenges which in fact, all the corporate travel industry faces. One challenge is you cannot enforce your client to use the application because they are not ready to do it, because this is going to be an add-on work for them. Secondly, they prefer email because whenever there is any challenge with the invoices, when these invoices, when they come and when there is any discrepancy in the invoices, these emails will act as an evidence at a later stage. So these are the two challenges because of which most of the corporate travel industries, they prefer sending the request via email, and they don't usually use the application.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Any more question for John and team? We still have a few seconds left in case you want to add anything which you could not cover, John, you can do that.
But I have one last question.
Yeah.
What if something fails? The results are not okay. The information is not correctly extracted.
So the MADS API is something, the API endpoints are something which are verified by the MADS team itself. So there is a long process to get those endpoints verified. So it will be a verified endpoint by the MADS, by the GDS distribution team. They verify it, and then only we're going to be using that. So in case of any challenges, so we can anytime go back to them and get it sorted.
Thank you, John. So next team, would be Doc Robotics. His machine restarted in between. So go back to the previous team. We'll give 30 seconds to jury members. And James, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Vibhor.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Okay, let me start the timer. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so my name is James Jacob. I am from Tech Mahindra. Let me start the board first, then I will explain to save the time. Yeah, start. Thanks again. Okay, today I would like to introduce a new innovative solutions using UiPath and generative AI. We are all familiar with the ECG, but have you ever heard of EEG, electroencephalography? It's a technique that captures the brain electrical activity, allowing the clinicians to monitor variations that include different mental states, which provide crucial insights into neurologic and psychological conditions for effective diagnosis and treatment planning. The brainwaves could be either alpha, beta, gamma, theta, or delta based on the wavelength. Here is an sample recording of an EEG. In the beginning, you can see it's quite normal, but let us wait further. As you can see, there's a sudden variation, something happened, something triggered. This is critical. This is critical for the patient and for the medical team. Okay, currently, the clinicians monitor 24/7 this recording. And that is time consuming, and that's not ideal. But what if we could automate the entire process? We can automate the entire process with the help of UiPath board, Gen AI activities, UiPath Gen AI activities, and context grounding as well. There's a huge market for this video analysis automation. It's not only EEG, it's not only Medicare. It's imagine there's a situation for the road accidents. If no one need to monitor the road traffic recordings 24/7. Okay, here is the end-to-end workflow. The source could be a pre-recorded video or a live stream feed. For the demo, I'm using a pre-recorded EEG recording that I showed earlier. Then there's a Python script that's split us into individual frames. Then we use the UiPath Gen AI image analysis activity. It will go through each frame. And for that, we don't need to go through each frame. We can skip. For the demo, I'm using every 10th frame to analyze. And when I apply Gen AI image analysis activity, I provide the prompt to find out any variation in that EEG recording. if there's a variation, if there's an abnormality found, it will retrieve the patient information from multiple systems and immediately send an email alert to the medical professionals. In the live scenario, it could be, the alert could be in any manner. For the demo, I'm using an email alert. Then the bot will create a CSV file, which will be ingested into UiPath vector database for context grounding. And as a second step, the health professionals use the UiPath apps for context grounding to retrieve the informations based on those recordings. That's a flow. Let me check the board now. Yeah, it's successful. Let me check the log file. Yeah, as we can see, the bot analyzes every 10th frame, and as soon as there is an anomaly detected, it sends an email alert to the medical team. Let me check the email now. Yep, these all are the email alerts. Let me open one. Yeah, it got a lot of information about that patient, including the patient number, patient details, and diagnosis. So in this case, the board found a spike and wave with a 95% confidence. It could be some epilepsy or brain injury happened for that patient. So it also attached that particular event as well. So this is the proof of that particular record, the instance triggered that alert. So now this will be saved into okay, this was the original file, and the Python script splits into multiple frames. And for the demo, it's use only the last portion of that image. So when I check the output file, this will be the CSV file by the board. Yeah, it create this CSV file, then it will be appended into the vector database. That's the first part. As the second part, the health professional can log into UiPath apps.
Thank you, James.
I guess
Now,
the first question is what happens in the second part.
Second part. So, okay, we can ask.
Just
Okay, this is for
finish
the.
whatever you wanted to cover.
Okay, can I continue the prompt?
Yes.
So we can ask a generic questions to cover our entire scenario, or we can ask about particular person, because this is for the health professional, and they should have access to this app, and this can be used for research purpose as well. If the research, okay, yeah. So it says there are seasonal activity and spike and wave discharges. It is there, and some explanation. If I ask for a particular Persian, okay, for example, if I ask about this patient, all the CSV information will be stored into vector database for the context grounding. Yeah. So for that version, that's a pattern of sharp spikes followed by slow waves. That's a variation. And this could be associated 95% confidence, and it could be possible score of classification. Yep. So we can ask for individual details or as a summary of, we can because it's using the Gen AI context grounding, and with the RAG techniques from those database, we can ask any questions using that natural language.
Thank you. I'm curious, what's the impact of missing one of the emails in these cases?
Impact of missing emails?
Yeah, the let's say business impact of missing one of the emails.
Okay, if so we can send the alert to multiple teams. Even there's a we can put that in a try catch just in case if something happened with the SMTP sent email activity, then we can log some other mechanism as for logging purpose or for the, because it needs some legally it needs some trace.
Thank you, James.
Thank you very much.
Thank
you, James, for your presentation. Next team is Among Bots. They are going to present Among Humans. So yeah, Among team, you should be able to unmute.
That's a sharp one.
So let's give a few seconds to jury.
Hello. Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you. You can start presenting. And let me just share my screen. Yeah.
Okay.
All good. So let me start the timer first.
Okay.
There you go. Go ahead.
No problem. All right. Hello, everyone. We are Team Among Bots, and we are excited to be here today presenting our project CRV documents. Our team is Jean Pedron, Michael Souza, Natalia Camelo, and Otávio Farinon, who is here with me today. We choose to focus on CRV documents data extraction process because it was identified as time-consuming and prone to errors, directly impacting operational efficiency. For context, a CRV document contains the registration information of a vehicle in Brazil, including the owners and the vehicle's details. Our solution consists of 3 integrated robots. The first automation using Studio Desktop collects items from the Newcom website and stores them in a storage bucket. The second automation using Studio Web uses document understanding to extract data from the documents, creating validations tasks in UiPath actions to ensure greater accuracy and control. Finally, the third automation using Studio Desktop inputs the validated data into the Newcom website. This solution delivers increased speed, standardization, and security, freeing the team to focus on strategic activities. We were able to reduce processing time by around 80%, accelerating workflows and enhancing customer satisfaction. This is our solution architecture, and we will demo the project for you now. Due to the presence of sensitive data in the Newcom system during the task collection phase, we have run step 1 of process ahead of time and will present it through a video. The remaining steps will be demonstrated live afterwards.
Okay, so the robot starts at a specific time agreed upon with the business area. The robot will access the Newcom website and enter the list of ongoing activities. The activities are determined by the filters analyze registration, use the vehicle, and the analyst's name being unassigned. The set of conditions indicates that the activity is not being handled by an operator at this given moment. For each valid activity found, the robot will assign it to its own user and a transaction will be created in the CRV documents step 1 queue. This will conclude the part of the robot that we are presenting by video, and we will now switch to live presentation as soon as the video is done. Yeah, the video is finished, so we will now present live for the remaining steps. So for each item in the CRV document step 1 queue, the current activity will be accessed on the Newcom website. You can see there that the new item has been created in the CRV document step 1 queue. And so we will run the robot to begin this part of the process. Okay, so the website is being loaded, and it will access the activity in the Newcom website. And within that activity, the robot searches for vehicles whose documents need to be validated. For each vehicle, it will click the Start Analysis button. And for each document found, this document will be downloaded. After this is done, the file will be uploaded to the CRV document storage bucket, and the item is added to the CRV documents tab to queue. We'll give it a moment to catch up because it hasn't downloaded the file yet. Yeah, it is now downloading the file. There we go. Yeah, it is downloading the file right now, and it will be added to the storage bucket, and the item will be added to the CRV documents tab to queue. The next step of the process will run on Studio Web. We will take a look at the CRV documents tab to queue to notice that a new transaction has been created, and this is the trigger for the second part of the process to run, this item being added in the queue. Right now, the process should be running on Studio Web. So for each item added in this queue, a workflow in Studio Web is started. It is running right now. The file associated with the current transaction is downloaded from the storage bucket. And each data field in the file, we can take a look at the storage bucket right there. Okay, thank you. Each data field in the file is extracted using a specific prompt fed into the generative AI option of the UiPath document understanding tool. We will wait a few moments for the robot to be suspended. That means the task has been created in UiPath Actions, awaiting validation of the extracted fields from the business area. If the data is correct, the task will be approved. Otherwise, the information, if it is not fully correct, it will be corrected by the human in the loop, and the task will be approved. Let's wait a few moments for the image to load and for the task to be approved. Upon approval of this task, an item will be added to the CRV documents step 3 queue. And it's taking a little while, so let's wait a little bit. Okay, it has been approved. So with that done, an item has been added to the CRV document step 3 queue, and we will give it a look. Yeah, there's a new item there, and we will now run this item. And this is the final step of the process. Okay, so I think the process is running. So the robot accesses the Newcom website and searches for the current process in the Asset Data tab to fill in the form with the data extracted from the document. After that, in the Beneficiaries tab, it checks if the owner listed in the document matches the seller registered in the system. And if it doesn't match, an inspection tab is open, and the inspection appointment will be scheduled. Once this procedure is completed, the step 3 transaction is ended, as well as the overall process. And with that done, we can return. We have our transaction successful, and we can return to our presentation for it to be wrapped up.
We developed an UiPath Insight dashboard to monitor the performance of the developed automations, enabling real-time tracking and helping identify opportunities to optimize the process. We expect the end-to-end process to take less than 2 minutes for each document, having around 1,000 documents to process each month, returning around 166 hours a month. And this concludes our presentation. Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much for being on time. So, Judy, your time starts.
I'm here also curious how you tested.
We tested by we selected first for our selection of the type of AI that we used. We ended up settling for the generative AI option because it was not only was it fast for us to develop for this occasion, but it also had very good results, and that it extracted the data from each field in a very organized manner that we could use in the next step of the process. So we ended up running the project a lot, until it was good. and until we were satisfied with the data that we had been presented by the robot. And alongside that, we have the UiPath actions part of the process that has the human in the loop who can correct, if necessary, any of the data that is extracted.
Got it. I was wondering whether you have some automated tests in place or something to make sure that your automation is running correctly on the long term.
We do not currently have that in place, but we are going to take a look at that for when the process is ready to be put in the production environment. Because what we did with this process, it was in our development pipeline, and with this opportunity that presented itself in the HyperHack, we sped up this process. We put it in front of the queue and developed it, and it will be put in the production environment for our clients, and we'll be putting in place testing procedures once we have that. I mean, once we are doing that.
And in the near future, we expect to escalate this process for other kinds of documents like driver license and any others.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Okay.
Any more question for the team?
You all mentioned the 80% time savings. Any thoughts on what the business can do with that additional time now?
I don't know the business side of the equation really, but the idea is that this time is saved for more strategic purposes. But what they do with that, it is up to them to decide, because I don't have the full information. Yeah.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, team.
Thank you.
So next team is Hope. So Team Hope, let's show us that Hope is not just a feeling, but a fully functional demo, right? You can present and let us know when you are ready.
Hi, Vibhor. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Just wait for 15 seconds.
Yeah, cool. Your job at all.
Yeah, I think we are good to start. The stage is yours.
Just a moment. Yeah. Okay. So, hi guys. We're going to share today automated compliance checkometer. That's an app that we built to maintain compliance. And we're part of Team Hope, and I've been with my team, there's Zeal, who's part of the Global Automation COE. So what we're looking at today is a dual quality in European Union, quite a touchy topic for us, wherein the global report food crisis 2024 has highlighted that there are major health risks of substandard products, including contaminated or mislabeled items, that has been causing a lot of illness and life-threatening conditions. 63% of EU citizens are worried about this dual quality. And the facts are 8% of products have identical packaging, but are different in declared ingredients. 25% of products with differences in listed ingredients showed almost certain variations. And there is no clear trend of product identification across geographical reasoning. 1/3 of the identical marketed products have this composition difference. So quite an health hazard, and we're trying to get a solution as a challenge from our own company. And the next slide has the solution. So the solution is we're building hope, as you rightly said, let's hope for it. It's an automated compliance checkometer where we are going ahead and looking at the ingredient compositions of the same product sold in same countries or the European Union across to ensure compliance. We are also validating signatures of the chief medical officer, and that should be signed by the global authority. And at the same time, we are also going to validate the contract. That's the new addition that we made whilst the demo was already shared. Quickly moving on to the demo. These are the samples that we have used. If you look at this, this is the Strepsils packaging, which is available in France, and that has a yellow bar and it says soothing effective relief. That's the approved marketing. And this is the technical composition of the product. So you have propylene over there, you have benzoxine, and you have menthol as the composition. And the chief medical officer over here for Reckitt is Stephen Kenny. At the same time, we are also looking at another marketing that is floating across, and it says fast and effective temporary relief. But if you see here, it doesn't talk about the product, and nor does it have a yellow bar. And modified one particular technical composition so that we could get the right evidence out. It has benzocaine, it has a different sort of a chloride mixture, and also as an ibuprofen as part of this delivery. But it's been signed by Stephen Kenny again as a chief medical authority. Now, moving on to the demo, I've got a beautiful flow here, which allows you to select a country. You can select France, Germany. You can browse the marketing page and can go ahead and push the France one over here. Similarly for Germany, I go ahead and push in the Germany one. I'm now going into the technical sheet and loading the master one, as well as for Germany, the one that has been approved. Yeah. And whilst this comparison happens, since it's running on cloud, I'll quickly go on to the PPT and talk about what benefits would I get over here. 30% of increase in repeat purchase. We are almost trying to get a penalty cost saving of almost 10 million euros, getting real-time insights. And this is readily scalable across 3 regions, US, UK, and China, because that's what we got as a challenge to deliver at our own space. Moving back to the demo, let's see if the results are uploaded. Okay, still not. So coming back to the demo, we'll just move back. Yeah, whilst it is loading, we've given you 2 workflows, one for France and Germany. If you want to compare between 2 countries in same European Union, you can do that. If you just want to compare it for one particular country, you can still do that. Now, the extraction that you can see onto your left is listed. It talks about the products that has been used on for France, similarly for Germany. If you just scroll down, and at the same time, it talks about in Germany that I see a new formula coming up over here, and it talks about fast and effective temporary relief as a marketing detail popping in. Looking at this analysis, it throws that it's a high risk. You should not release this product out because the ingredients are different. However, the marketing taglines are semantically similar because I'm using GenAI. And that is where this goes to the compliance team to further evaluate. We're just not stopping here. We're getting into a signature validation over here. So what we're going to do is look at 2 documents which have been signed off by the medical authorities. Now, Stephen Quaney, being our chief medical officer, should always sign, but I'm also putting in another document which is signed by Callum Gallagher, who is our regional medical authority. And let's look at that particular deployment now. Again, the same thing. Now, here what we're going to do is we're going ahead and giving a priority that the signature, if it's not matching, the entire flow would be not executing, because that's the main governance. If you're not meeting the governance, if somebody is not doing the right thing, it needs to be stopped immediately. And that is where you have inputted incorrect documents, even if there is a marketing tagline not properly updated, it still won't work. And that's where you get this analysis over here. While it's loading, let's look at the slide bit. The technologies that are used are robot, apps, TU activity, integration service, signature similarity, semantic similarity, content generation, and image analysis. I hope it's loaded now. Still working on the cloud flow. So let's wait. Whilst we're doing that, we've also got the contract flow, which we'll demonstrate on the next page while the flow is loading from cloud. Just hold on, let it run, it's okay, it's all right. Oh, it's got an error over here. So I generated an error, so let's look at the contract. So what you're going to do is, we're going ahead and uploading the contract document over here. Now, when you're uploading the contract document, it's going to go ahead and look at critical assets. We want intellectual property, warranties, liabilities, scope of work, and fees and payments to be looked at. If that is possible, then it's going to go ahead and run the flow and generate that particular documentation out. Unfortunately, again, getting a GenAI error. No worries. So, yes, so if you scroll down now, you get your intellectual property being present, warranties and liabilities missing, scope of work present, fees and payment terms present. So this document looks good. However, there are certain missing, particular statements, and hence this goes to the legal team for a review. Unfortunately, I'm falling short of time, and cannot show the signature verification because the API response not coming out.
Thank you, Shripat.
Yeah.
So we go to the jury now.
You mentioned you used new activities. What exactly did you use?
So since this GenAI integration do not accept like the PDF files, so we wanted to have this contract flow inbuilt with our this current solution. So what we've done is we're feeding this PDF files to DU to get this text extracted, and then I'm feeding those text to the content generation activity so that I can give the prompt and I get what I want. That is basically that clauses that I needed in my contracts.
Why didn't you leverage the generative extractor of DU? I'm just curious.
We just wanted to incorporate more things from the UiPath. That's the only thing.
I see, thank you.
Have this in. Go ahead, Monica.
No, Andres, fine. You go.
So I was just ask if you have this in production or planning to get this in production.
Yeah, this was a challenge thrown to us to cater to the dual quality law. And I think looking after the GenAI capabilities that we had, this was the shot given. I think we're going ahead and showing it as a POT. But yes, I think we'll have to deliver this in our own enterprise because unfortunately the cloud APIs threw an error out. Can't take that as the risk. We'll have to build it internally.
Thank you.
If I had time, I can show the signature validation.
Let's try it again one.
I'll be curious, especially I'd be curious what model you've used.
So we've
Or
used the
how you
integration
validated
activity like
it.
that. We have the activity called signature similarity, right?
So you still have 1 minute in case you want to show, and if it works, go ahead.
Yeah.
You can share your screen.
Share your screen. Oh, just a moment. I hope the loading works this time.
And your time is up. Sorry for the error again. No issue. Thanks for your presentation. Right. So next team is Logic Assist. Let's see if Logic and Assistance go together. So, so yeah, you can present and we'll give 30 seconds to jury members.
Yeah, just give me a second.
Take 15
I hope you
seconds.
guys can see my screen.
Yeah, we can see screen. Just wait for 2 minutes. 2 seconds, I mean.
Just give me a second. Where's my prompt? Okay.
Yeah, I think we are good to go. The stage is yours, and I start the timer. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Vibhor. Hello, everyone. My name is Manoj Batra, and I'm presenting you all Logic Assist, your AI companion for smarter, sharper, and cleaner C# code. That's my team, myself, Manoj Batra, working with NatWest Group into the RPA and analytics domain. So as you all know, we recently celebrated 3 million community member milestone, and that number continues to grow every day. But the problem statement that I'm going to show here could be a problem statement for all of them. So developer and solution architect often faces challenges in maintaining clean and efficient code. They need to do time consuming tasks like code reviews, documenting their code, creating the documentation that could hinder their productivity and lead to inconsistencies if not managed properly. So to address these challenges, I have built Logics Assist, a custom wizard which is available within UiPath Studio, which is designed to enhance productivity for developers and solution architects in the UiPath projects. It brings automation and AI code management, helping developers write cleaner, more efficient C# code while minimizing repetitive manual tasks. So moving on to the benefits of this tool, obviously with the help of this tool, you can increase the productivity. It also improves your code quality. It improves your code readability. You can streamline documentation, and there are many more benefits for using this component. And on the left side, you can see I've used these technologies to build this product. I've used C#, Hugging Face APIs, LMS Microsoft 5.3, Microsoft Code Analysis Package for reviewing the code, OpenAI embedding and text completion. And for VectorDB, I use Pinecone, and Visual Studio I use to build the entire solution. Coming to the solution architecture, so this is the solution architecture diagram of Logics Assist. As you can see, it divides into three tasks primarily, and but it does it has got 7 types of feature, starting from removing unused variables to remove unused directive and code analyzer. For this, I use the inbuilt Microsoft Code Analysis package. Whereas for AI code review, code annotator, and document filtration, the code is being passed to Hugging Face APIs, which in turn pass the code to the my LLM model, which generates the optimized code and send the code back to the studio. And the next feature, which is I would say is still in beta version, so I've just tested it on one scenario where it takes out your XML code, convert the XML into vector embedding, which my vector Pinecone DB can understand, again do the same task, passing data to API and generate the response. So this is how the wizard would look like into your UiPath ribbon, and these are some of the application screenshots. Now time for some action here. So this is so I have already installed Logics Assist. You can see on the top it is available. The wizard is available there on my ribbon, and I'll use this workflow.cs as my base file for all my demo here. So the first feature that I'm going to show here is code analyzer. So if the time allows, I'll show you how you can work with remove unused variables and unused directive. But for now, I'll start with code analyzer. It is similar to your workflow code analyzer, where you just need to select your workflow file and select the rules. So at the moment, I've selected 4 rules. And once I click on run analyzer, it will show you the results that there's an empty cache block at line 51, infinite while loop at line 40, variable and this exceeded for that variable, and there are other as well. So if I need to see that, I can just click on the show code button and it will highlight those rows for me. So you can see that it is quite blur, but yeah, you can see that um, it has got all the highlighted rows here. Similarly, if I want to just select any or deselect anything, I can just do it right away and it will highlight it in real time. So this is how we can do code analyzer. For this, I've used Microsoft inbuilt packages. And next we have is AI code review. Again, you need to do the same thing. You just need to select the file here. So once I select the file, as you can see on the left, it has loaded the file. So file has got 66 lines. Let me just go ahead and first click on review code. So the code will be passed to my Hugging Face API, which basically checks for the code and gives me these findings. I don't know why the code produces result in very fast. Maybe nobody's using Hugging Face APIs now. So as you can see here, it has generated the my findings here. You can see it has got empty cache block. I've used magic numbers, unused variables are there, infinite loops. There are code comments which are not there, and it has also got some recommendation for me as well to work on. So the work which solution architect can do in 1 hour or 2 hours, this can be done easily within few seconds. So that is one. The other one is code annotator. Again, I'll select that and click on annotate code. So it will again pass it to APIs and generate a very beautiful annotated code for me, which I can see here. So that's how my code gets annotated with the help of AI. The third feature that I have is AI document code generator. So after a time, we need to generate the document for our code. Let me just do that now. So it will again go to Hugging API and generate this code. And we have got one more option to publish this to Word. So it will just take few more seconds and publish the code to Microsoft Word. And this is how, as you can see here, it has just generated a code. So here is my code generated with the help of that feature. The next feature that I have is, again, that is still in beta. I've just tested it on one scenario. UiPath has got 1000, but for now it will select main.xaml here. So main.xaml has got simple logic. It just has got one for loop, and there's one I don't remember that. Yeah, it has got for loop and which just prints all the values. So when I pass it to it, you can see it has now generated the code. And if you want, you can just generate it the code directly from this. So if I click on OK, file created successfully. I'll go back to my code. That's my code.
Thank you, Manoj.
Thank
you
you
for your presentation. And time starts for the jury. Jury, any question for the team?
I would be curious, if you had more time, what would you add to the solution?
So there are a few things which I would like to add here. First thing is this generate C# code from XAML. So I've like tried everything here. So I don't feel hesitation in saying this thing, but I failed miserably in training the model. I tried to create a local model on my system. I use GPT-2. I use this T5 code, T5 small, Olama, but none of the model giving me the desired result. Obviously, I was just training it on CPU. And this is where I need support from UiPath as well, because I can't just, and this is just not a one-day job where you can just pass some data and train your model. It might take weeks or months to just train the model on the right set of data. So this is where I need support from you guys. To build this component from generating this C# from XAML. At the moment, I'm using Pinecone, where I've like hard coded one parameter. So I generated a code from UiPath. I took out this XAML code, pass it to XAML, and I again generated the same C# code and save the code into a database. So I've got this input and output. So when this particular thing runs, it extract the XAML, pass it to Pinecone, obviously into the vector embedding style, and then it passed the data to my DB to generate the desired result. So it should not be called as a fine-tuned model, but yeah, I've just generated it for one scenario. But if the time allows, I would definitely work to focus on this C# to XAML part, because this is going to be very interesting thing.
Got it. And why would someone use your solution instead of Autopilot?
So autopilot, I don't think that. So the feature which is there in autopilot, I did not touch that. I know autopilot has got some feature to generate the code, but autopilot doesn't have the feature to review the code or generate the documentation or comment the code. And autopilot has got some features to remove the unused variable, but you need to go to that particular variable and then click on remove unused it. In that case, it will just remove one variable. It will not scan your entire code. Whereas if you use remove unused variable and directive, it will scan your entire code and does the task for you. So I'm not touching those features which is already there in UiPath. But yes, with the help of UiPath, we can like work together on it and make it as a enterprise ready product.
Makes sense, makes sense. I just wanted to understand.
Thank you.
Thank you. Your time is up as well. So next, thank you, Manoj. Thank you for your presentation. So next team is Docu Buddy. So every document deserves a best buddy. Let's see what Harsha and team shows.
Yes. Maybe
If you're ready, just give us 15 seconds so that jury can add a score for the previous team.
Sure.
Meanwhile, you can start presenting your screen. Yeah, I think we are good. Just start timer. Your time starts now. Yeah, best of luck.
Okay. Hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good morning, esteemed jury member, and to everyone present today. It is truly an honor to speak before such a brilliant mind. My name is Pavan Kumar, and I currently serve as a senior software engineer at Volvo Group. This is my team, and I would just like to introduce them, like Abhishek, Harsha, and Sukrita. They have been really instrumental in supporting me throughout this hackathon. Like myself, they also work at as a at Volvo Group as a senior software engineer. Okay, so before I start, I would just like to brief a short story. I'd like to introduce John as well. John is a diligent employee at XYZ Corporation. And John has got an assignment by his manager to prepare the project report. Now, this is an urgent assignment that he needs to complete as soon as possible. The problem statement over here for the John is that there are so many documents, thousands of documents, structured, semi-structured, unstructured, and everything is saved in the SharePoint repository. And John is really not sure that in a short period of time, how he can really go ahead and classify these documents, extract the correct information, prepare the report, purify the information, and share it with manager. So if you see, John is really tensed. And how RPA COE team can help John in fixing this problem. So I would like to introduce DocuBuddy over here. So this is a document buddy, which is going to help John in fixing, his problem that he's facing. And in real life, like we have so many Johns, there are so many people who really face these kind of problem in their day-to-day life. And we have just come up, to fix their problem with the help of DocuBuddy. Now you may have a question that what is DocuBuddy? Let me introduce DocuBuddy. DocuBuddy is the AI-powered chatbot. It is capable of, understanding and answering the question based on the content that we are training. So we have used, top-notch technology over here. We have used content generation, context grounding, UiPath integration services, and as you know that usually Gen AI is context grounding and the content generation activities are built using the advanced RAG technique. And so we are also using, these technology, and everything is within the UiPath platform. Okay, so this is a very high level architecture of our solution where we will be passing the document, and we are using a storage bucket as of now to save the document, but we also have a connection there with the SharePoint, so we can also connect it to the SharePoint, and then we can directly utilize. We are also using index and ingest technique over here, which is nothing but embedding and vectorization concept in the RAG, and then we are using AI trust layer context grounding. We are using content generation LLMs. So we have the capability of multiple LLMs over here. It's not only single one, like we are using Turbo 3.5. We are using Gemini 1.5 Pro, 1.5, 1.0. So user is going to get, n number of LLM option over there in the single screen, and, they can just try it with multiple different LLM, and they can see multiple variation of the report, and they can pick the best one, which, they usually like. And then we are using some basic stuff like JSON parsing, and then we are providing that to the user. Now, what best over here in the solution is that we are using everything. We are doing everything in UI app. There's no dependency on Studio. There's no dependency on the web app. So everything is done using the integration services and UI app. So you don't have to really, click on the submit button. It will go back to UI app or, your Studio web, or it will go to the Studio desktop, get the information. No, it's not like that. It's just going to be super fast with the help of integration services. I will quickly show you the demo right now. So that's how DocuBuddy looks like. Maybe I'll pass one prompt over here, and the prompt is what are the products of the Volvo? And as you could see over here, that these are all the LLMs that we are showing. So I'll select GPT-4o Mini, and then I'm gonna click on Submit Query. And if you see over here that we are getting the answers. Yeah, so if you see that we are getting the answer over here, that we have Volvo truck, we have Volvo cars, and On the top of that, we are also getting the reference document so that anybody can go back to these reference document and they can cross-verify the information, what they're getting really. On the top of that, we have also given our user an option to upload the file and then do the data ingestion directly. So that you don't have to really depend on RPA COE, but you can do the data ingestion by yourself, and everything is going to happen within a minute. So you just need to click on the plus icon, and then you need to update your information over here, your documents, and then hit this button, and then everything should be set. You can also increase and decrease the temperature, and you can see the report. So John will be getting multiple different variation of the documents, and then he can just pick the best one and he can share that with his manager. So that's also one of the best thing. Now, how we are using it in the Volvo group. So in the Volvo group, we have already provided this particular solution to two of the team. One is legal team, which is currently using it as a part of POC, and they're validating the GenAI capability there of the UiPath. And we are also we have provided the solution to our app support team as well. So we know that UiPath is already working on something as agents, but as a RPA COE, we just wanted to provide the best of the solution to our users over there, and just make them feel a flavor of what exactly the agent can really do. So we are also going to add some additional capability over here of to make some more actions if user would like to do, like maybe create a ServiceNow ticket, or to do any more actions. They can do everything using this particular chatbot come agent over there. That's all from my side. Maybe you will also have an option to clear the chat. You will also have an option to change the model, and then you can compare the results. You can download the files. So yeah, that's all.
Thank you. Thank you, Pawan, for the presentation.
Thank you.
And Churi, any question for the team?
I would be curious, how are you dealing with the cost control when you give access to all the LLMs and encouraging users to play with all?
Yeah, so actually over here, as of now, like it's there in the preview right now, we have just got the information that it's in the regular version. In every hit, there is the AI units that is being consumed. So it is not really dependent on that where multiple LLMs that you're using. Is just one capability that we are giving to the users, but it's not like user will be using everything. It's just like maybe if we are just giving one or two LLMs and they're not satisfied, so we're just giving all the options to them and let them decide that which is going to be the best one. And in the Volvo group, like we are using so many different features like document understanding, and so we do have pretty good AI units available over there, and that's how we are really giving it to our users with a very less cost as well.
Mm-hmm. And the people who are using this tool are, I assume they're business, right?
Yes, they are. They are.
How is it going with explaining what is a temperature for the business?
Yeah, I think nowadays everybody is aware about the temperature because they were using Chat GPT previously. They were not having much of liberty to upload our organization specific data over there. So they were aware about it, like how temperature works and everything. But we have also one SharePoint page over there where we are hosting this information, and there are some good to know informations available there on that SharePoint. And business is smart, like they usually read it, and they know better than us that how this is really helping. Our main goal is like business come back and say that I cannot live without this tool because it is really helping me.
Thank you.
I know Autopilot for Everyone just GA'd, so you may not have had a chance to try it out, but have you seen it, and do you see any areas where the solution might offer more capabilities than Autopilot for Everyone?
Yeah, So the solution we have built actually, not only specific to any specific documentation. Basically, it will be available to everybody there in the SharePoint, and we have an option to customize it as per the business need. So tomorrow, if business is coming back and they're saying that, hey, there are some set of documents, we want this particular business rule to be implemented for this specific index, we can do it. So like we'll be having more control as part of the RPA COE in terms of pre-processing of the data.
Thank you, Pawan, and please keep consuming AI units. We love that. So yeah, thanks everyone. I know we are at the end, and thanks everyone. We really liked all your presentation, but let's hear from our jury also, how they like all the presentation.
I found it very insightful to see how you combined our products and your perspective on designing solutions for problems which either are faced by yourselves. I like the fact that you targeted developers just like we, or how you would like to make the life of business users easier by leveraging AI and automation. So it was nice seeing all of you. Congratulations for being here.
Thank you, Monica, and thanks for your time and all the insights. Joe, Andhra.
I'll echo Monica. Thank you all for the time and all the effort that you put into this really impressive projects. And it's exciting to see the way that you all are using the platform in conjunction with a lot of other AI tools out there. So it's awesome to see. And it's also cool to hear how many of these are either in production or near production. So it's not just kind of brainstorming, but actual use cases that folks can use. So thank you again for the time.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah,
Andhra,
absolutely.
George. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the presentations. They've been really insightful. I would be keen if you like, I'm sure you will be able to expand those. So if you need some support in terms of how to expand those or how to combine some additional technology just to broaden the scope, I would say feel free to reach out.
Yeah. George.
Yeah, just echo the same comments as everyone else. Really great to see what everyone has been building, and thanks for the time. It's really exciting stuff.
Yeah, thank you. So all the teams, yeah, sorry, you're saying something?
And thanks, Vibhor and Rohit, for having us and organizing all this. It's nice to see how you motivate the community and how you bring us all together, basically to make the best out of technology, right?
Yeah, sure.
Just
So our work is not. So do remember, our work is not done yet. We will stay on the call, and to team, as Andhra mentioned, in case you need any help in improving this or you need any guidance, please feel to reach out to us. And Rohit, when are we going to announce winners or anything you want to share with participants?
Yes. So we'll be announcing the winners on Monday, that is 9th of December. The announcement will obviously reach your emails for all the finalists and winners. And we will also be announcing it on the UiPath Community's social media and the forum post where we have been promoting the HyperHack. So yeah, all the best.
And all the winners, anybody who wins, you have to give party. We will reach out to you separately. Thank you once again. And yeah,